often a question is asked as how to identify the relevant current affairs articles from the newspaper for GS paper for ethics, because we all know that putting the contemporary examples, case studies had become quite important for GS paper number 4 if you have to score the 3-digit marks. So here I am going to show you 2 examples. Now on your screen you can see this article that was published in the Hindu newspaper on 31st of the May. Now this article is mentioning about the officer N.A. Vinaya, who had fought for the gender equality in the police forces. She contended this thing that the women, they were allowed to wear the khaki sarees and were not allowed to wear the tucked in shirt, and it made duty sometimes very difficult. And for this particular thing, many memos were also sent that you should not take this particular matter forward, but she fought and said that it is anti-constitutional, and finally she won and the women got the right to wear the tucked in shirts. And on many other fronts also she had fought for the gender equality in the police forces. So this is one example that you can give. Then secondly, now on the screen you can see this particular article that was reported in the Indian Express newspaper few days back. So guys, there are actually 2 developments. One, recently Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway, one movie was released which is actually based on to the real life incident, and this second case about the baby Ariha. Now in both of the cases what has happened, the authorities, they have taken away their children from their rightful parents. One was the case of Norway and other was the case of the Germany. Now in this case of the Germany, 59 MPs from the 19 political parties have written to the German ambassadors that the children should be reunited back to their parents. Now it opens many of the ethical dimensions. For example, what are the ethical arguments for that the authorities are taking away the children, and what are the ethical arguments against? So on this particular thing, a case study could be asked in your examination. So basically, we need to understand this thing that current affairs will play 2 important roles. Number 1, you can use some of the relevant articles from the newspaper to be used as an examples in your answers, and second is that you can also know the emerging themes that are there on which the case studies could be asked. For example, the ethics of refugee has been asked. We know this particular thing that refugee crisis has become an international concern, and even in the exam that thing has been asked. So this is the way that the current affairs can be used. I hope that you have got help by it. Thank you so much.